You ever walk into a room and just freeze? Not because it's dirty, but because you don't even know where to begin. That moment right there, that's what this video is for.
Oh, this is too much.
Because it's not about the dishes or the toys or the laundry on the stairs. It's about that split second when your brain says, I can't do this. And instead of pushing through or powering up, what if we just started differently? These are 7 ways I've learned to move forward when everything feels like too much. 7 ways to declutter, not just your home, but your head. Simple shifts. No pressure. Just small ways to help your space and your mind feel lighter. And the first one. It starts with throwing out the old idea of the to-do list. You know that urge to make a massive to-do list, just to feel like you're doing something. But 10 minutes later, you're staring at a full page and already feel behind. Here's the truth. When you're overwhelmed, a full list doesn't help. It paralyzes. So instead of listing everything you should do, try writing just 2 things. 1 thing you can't ignore today, and 1 thing that would help you breathe easier if it was done. That's it, start there, the rest can wait. Here's how it looked for me recently. I was in the kitchen, dishes piled up, laundry in 3 baskets, crumbs everywhere. But I was tired. The kind of tired where your body is upright but your brain has left the building. So I told myself, just write down the loudest mess in the room. That day it was, clear the sink, wipe the kitchen table. Both took less than 30 minutes, but the weight it lifted massive. Once that table was clean, I made myself a drink, sat down, and I could think again. This micro-list method does 2 things. It gives your brain an actual place to start, and it builds a quick win which fuels your next step. Forget the declutter master plan. When your day is already full, start with just the next helpful thing. And if you're the kind of person who craves calm systems, not just survival mode, tomorrow's video is going to be exactly what you need. I'm breaking down Japanese decluttering habits that aren't just smart, they're soul deep. Little daily moves that create real simplicity, the kind that quietly transforms your space over time. You don't want to miss this one. Trust me, it's the kind of video you'll wish you'd found years ago. Ready for another trick that makes that next decision even easier? Let's move to tip 2. Trying to tackle the living room sounds productive, until you're halfway in and can't finish. Because rooms are full of categories. And when your energy's low, that scatter drains you fast. Instead of cleaning by space, try this. Pick 1 type of item and clear it across your whole home.
No.
Not every mess, just one kind. For example, only pick up clothes. Don't touch anything else.
Okay, that's
Or
the
just
problem.
collect trash, cans, wrappers, receipts. That's it. Or focus only on dishes wherever they've wandered. You'll be surprised how satisfying it is to see one type of mess disappear entirely. Even if the rest is still chaotic, your brain registers that progress. That mental win matters more than a sort of clean room with 10 unfinished piles. I tried this on a Saturday morning and chose laundry. There were clothes in the hallway, on the stairs, bedroom floor, bathroom hooks. I set a 30-minute timer, grabbed a basket, and didn't let myself touch anything else. Not even toys or cups, just clothes. When I finished, it didn't feel like the house was perfect, but it felt lighter. Like I'd cleared 1 layer of visual noise. And suddenly doing dishes felt easier. Because I wasn't tripping over t-shirts to get to the sink. This works because your brain loves completion. Finishing 1 category gives you closure. No, I'll come back to that corner later, just done. And that momentum, it's gold. Let's build on that in the next tip, where we'll simplify what to do next when you're still staring at too much. Ready? Tip 3 is up next. When everything feels like a mess, your brain wants to fix everything and ends up fixing nothing. That's why we freeze. Not because we don't care, but because we care too much all at once. Here's a shift that helps. Start with the mess that's loudest to your eyes. Not the biggest chore, not the logical first step, just the thing that's visually stressing you out the most. Sometimes that's a pile of shoes at the door, Other times it's 3 mugs and an empty bottle on the nightstand that make you feel like your whole life is behind. Real example. One afternoon, I walked past the stairs and saw clothes draped over 4 steps. Small thing, right? But every time I passed it, I felt that little jolt of guilt. So instead of tackling the whole upstairs, I cleared just that. It took 5 minutes. And suddenly the hallway looked manageable. I didn't fix the house, but I fixed the feeling that nothing was under control. This tip works because visual clutter is mental clutter. You're not just removing stuff, you're removing the your brain whispers every time it sees that pile. You don't need to finish the kitchen.
Much better.
You just need to quiet the corner that's screaming at you first. And when that noise fades, you'll have space to keep going or permission to rest. Next up, we'll talk about what to do while you clean so your body works, but your brain feels cared for too. Sometimes your body can keep moving, but your mind needs help staying calm. You're cleaning, but your thoughts are spiraling. Why did I let it get this bad again? I should be better at this. That's when background matters. Instead of silence or worse, harsh self-talk, give your brain something kind to listen to. Put on a voice that soothes or strengthens you. Not a cleaning tutorial, not productivity noise. Something that makes you feel less alone. It could be a podcast about real people going through real messes, a calm voice on YouTube talking through their own overwhelm, even a slow playlist that makes your space feel softer. For me, I once cleaned the bathroom while listening to someone describe their slow rebuild after burnout. Their words didn't motivate me, they made me feel understood. And that changed the whole tone of the task. It wasn't, ugh, I have to scrub this sink. It became, I'm here, I'm moving, I'm doing what I can. This works because decluttering isn't just physical.
That's better.
It's emotional. And having something kind in your ears can be the thing that keeps you going gently. So next time you clean, don't just grab a sponge. Grab a voice that helps your thoughts feel less loud. And if you've been wondering how long this will take, or if you should just finish it all now, the next tip might surprise you. You don't have to finish the whole thing. You just need to stop when you said you would. Because here's the trap once you finally start. There's this guilt-driven urge to keep going to power through until the house is spotless. But that's not sustainable. And worse, it turns what should be a small win into a long, exhausting punishment. So here's a shift. Don't clean until it's done. Clean for 20 minutes or 45, or however much energy you realistically have today. Then stop, without guilt. I've done this plenty of times. I set a 30-minute timer, put my phone in another room and say, this is all I owe the house right now. Some days I stop at the beep and feel proud. Other days, the momentum feels good and I keep going, but it's a choice, not a pressure. This tip matters because it honors your limits. You're not avoiding the mess. You're pacing yourself through it. And that's what builds long-term change, not a marathon clean once every meltdown. So if you're watching this and wondering how long you should spend on your space today, maybe the better question is, how long can I clean without resenting it? That answer, that's your timer. Next, we'll talk about perfection and why aiming for just okay might actually be the most powerful thing you do. You ever walk into a room and think, it's not worth doing unless I can do it right? So instead of wiping the counter, you tell yourself you'll deep clean the whole kitchen. Later. And then later turns into next week. Or never. That mindset. It sounds responsible, but it's actually a trap. Perfection turns 10-minute tasks into overwhelming projects you never start. Here's the shift. Aim for better, not flawless. Wipe the table even if you don't sweep the floor. Clear the sofa even if the rest of the room is chaos. Put things close enough to where they belong and sort them properly some other time. Here's what this looked like for me recently. I had zero energy, but the living room was full of visual noise shoes, snack wrappers, couch cushions everywhere. Instead of fully resetting the room, I just gathered all the out-of-place stuff into one basket. Didn't organize it. Didn't label anything. Just basket stuff in, put it near the stairs. You know what? It looked 70% better. And that was enough for me to sit down without that nagging feeling crawling up my spine. Good enough clears more mental clutter than you think. Because peace isn't about perfection, it's about less pressure in your space. So next time you hesitate because you can't do it properly, try doing it halfway. You might be surprised how far that still gets you. And now for the last tip, let's talk about why your method has to fit you, not fight you. If you've ever said, "I just need to be more disciplined," you're not alone. But here's the truth, most people won't tell you it's not about discipline. It's about designing your systems to fit how your brain actually works. Because some people can stick to rigid routines. Others need flexibility reminders, visual cues, even little dopamine hits to keep going. And that's not laziness, it's wiring. So instead of pushing harder, try adjusting smarter. If you hate folding laundry, maybe your system is clean toss into labeled baskets and move on. If lists overwhelm you, use sticky notes 1 per task, and only keep 3 visible. If you forget what's undone, set a recurring 5-minute reset alarm each evening. This isn't lowering the bar, it's building a ramp. You're not failing at being organized. You're just trying to use someone else's map for your own terrain. Here's what I mean by that. For the longest time, I kept trying to use apps, planners, and systems that looked beautiful, but felt like pressure. They didn't match my energy, my habits, or my real life. Once I switched to whiteboards and phone timers, everything clicked. Not perfect, but doable. And that made all the difference. The goal isn't to become a different person. The goal is to feel a little more in control, a little more supported in your own space. So, if nothing else today, take this with you. You don't need a new personality to have a calmer home. You just need a method that fits the way you move through the world. Let's wrap this up and recap everything we've covered. You don't have to clean the whole house. You don't have to fix everything. Just one shift, one decision that makes the space feel a little lighter is already enough. If even one of these ideas helped you feel less stuck or made the mess feel less personal, then this video did what it was meant to do. And if you'd like more support like this, there's another video on my channel that breaks down how to declutter by zone slowly, calmly, without the pressure to overhaul everything at once. If this video helped you in any way, feel free to tap like it's a small way to let me know what actually makes a difference. And if today's video helped you start tomorrow's one, we'll help you stay decluttered. We're diving into 10 gentle but powerful Japanese habits that rewire how your home holds space for you. Simple, minimal, deeply peaceful. Set a reminder you'll want to be there for it.